Wahkôhtôwin, we are all related. Storytelling has been used by First Nations since time immemorial as a way of transferring language, culture, moral codes, values, and worldview. Traditional stories may vary across First Nation cultures and communities. It is important to note this is not a traditional creation story. This story pulls together common elements from the many First Nations cultures to illustrate the complexity of relationships. When asking to hear a traditional story, it is important to follow community protocol. One day, a long time ago, Creator came to Earth and gathered all of the animals. Creator told each of them how honored he was by how well they worked together, how well they respected one another, and how well they kept their promises to never take anything for granted. Creator told them he wanted to honor them with a gift, but this would be no ordinary gift. It was not a new plant or medicine. It was going to be another animal. This animal was going to be different than the existing animals, and yet it was going to be a bit like all of them intertwined. It was going to have 2 legs like the Piwaisuk, but the legs would be muscular like the 4-legged creatures. It would have a nose that protruded like a small beak, but would be as soft as the 4-legged's button noses. It would have no feathers, but whiskers and tufts of fur called hair. Most of the body would be covered in bare skin. It would not have paws, but hands and feet with individually wrapped digits. The animals were in awe. This was great news. The Mahikanak, on the other hand, were not quick to rejoice. Another animal, made from each part of us? How will this all come to be? They decided they would be quiet and just listen and watch. Creator pulled some clay from the ground and began to shape it into the description he had given the animals. He breathed life into it. It began to take the form he had described earlier. Its chest began to move. He repeated the process and created another, so there would be 2. He called them Isinowak. The muscular one he called Napio. The other, more delicate one, he called Isqueo. The animals were full of wonder and curiosity. "What are their skills?" asked Amsk. "What will they teach us?" asked Mahikan. "How will they honor all of creation?" asked Pasquaumustos. Creator looked around and let out a wholehearted laugh. "I have created Isinowak in all of your images. Isinowak will have to learn their skills from you. They will be taught by you, and they will know how to honor all of creation from watching you and observing your relations with everything in existence." The animals were all quiet. This was quite an honor. The Creator had so much faith in his creations. The animals quickly began sharing their knowledge with Isinowak. Amsk and Piwaisuk taught Isinowak how to build shelters and the sweat lodge. Otsapagisis Isqueo taught how to build nets to catch food. Anquachas taught how to gather and store food. Otahimin, the heartberry, shared its nutritional, medicinal, and technological purposes. The trees, plants, and other berries followed suit. Each described how their names reflected their uses. Musqua promised to share how to sleep through the winters. The Mahikanak chose to wait for the right moment to share their knowledge. As time continued, the Mahikanak watched Napio and Isqueo grow from a couple to a family. The Mahikanak are the keenest of observers. They see the present, look closely to connect to the past, and they always use the knowledge therein to gaze into the future. One day, the Mahikanak noticed the leaves changing rapidly. They saw that the bounty from the land was threefold, and they knew winter was going to be long and harsh. Mahikan quickly rallied the animals, including Isinowak. "Winter is coming fast, and it will be long and harsh. We need to prepare for its coming. All of the animals began to scurry away, except for Isinowak. Mahican stood looking at them. "Why are you not getting ready?" he asked them. Isinowak did not know what to do. "Winters have been mild," they said. "We have coped so far, but if winter is to be as harsh as you say, what we have gathered will not be enough. We have not stored enough berries, plants, and nuts. We do not sleep for long periods like Brother Muskwa. We do not have the hide of a Moswa or the fur of a Wapus. We will either starve or freeze." Mahican was quiet. He knew they were right. Isinowak were not designed to withstand these things. It was up to the relations to help. Mahican called back the animals and told them the problem. Pascual Mustos offered Isinowak hide so they would have woolly robes. Moswa and Apsamosis offered a piece of themselves to make moccasins. Each animal gave some of its bounty to help build provisions for Isinowak. Mahican watched Isinowak thank the animals and make their way back to their home. On their way, Isinowak passed by Mahican's family. Mahican watched the two groups meet. Isinowak had 3 cubs, just as he did. Napbeo was loyal to his mate, just as he was. It finally occurred to him that Isinowak kinship was designed after the Mahikanak. He felt honored by the Creator. He realized it was time that the Mahikanak stopped observing Isinowak and share some of their own skills. It was time they shared their skill of hunting. They taught Napbeo to move like a Mahican. They taught him to think like a Mahican. They taught him to speak like a Mahican. Napbeo could now become like a Mahican. Isinowak would now have the skills to provide enough for their family and survive the winter or any other season. When winter was over and spring had sprung, Isinowak and Mahikanak were still hunting side by side. One day, the Mahikanak and Napbeo returned from a hunt together to find their new cubs with their mothers. Mahican looked at both types of cubs and began to reflect. Napbeo could sound like a Mahican. Napbeo could behave like a Mahican. He could hunt like a Mahican, but Napbeo could not physically be a Mahican. It was time for the two parties to go their separate ways. The Mahikanak were saddened by the realization, but they knew it was best. If Isinowak were going to become a culmination of all animals, they needed to be around others and continue to learn. It is not good to learn from only one teacher. Balance comes from connecting and relating to all things. When Mahican told Isinowak that they were going to go their separate ways, Isinowak were greatly saddened, but they understood. The Mahikanak were proud of Isinowak and decided to gift them with 2 of their spring cubs. "I give you 2 of our cubs so you can remember the gifts you received from our time together. You will raise them as your own. They will have the instincts of the Mahican, but will know the love of Isinowak. They will not be Mahikanak, and they will not be Isinowak. They will be both." "Now," said Mahican, "you may choose a name for them." Isinowak thought long and hard. "Atim," they said. "They will be our reminder of our bonds to each other. Wahkôhtôwin, we are all related."